Ain't no way anything could be going on with JayZ in 1996. Surely not.
JayZ just got dragged into the spotlight after the Epstein files dropped, and the footage and documents inside are shaking everything up. No exaggeration. We're talking about wild details that have the whole internet buzzing non-stop right now. But before we dive into that chaos, let's rewind and break this down from the start, because this is where it turns unbelievable. First off, you need to understand who Jeffrey Epstein really was. If you don't know the full background, this is about to hit you hard. On the surface, he was a billionaire financier. Sounds polished and powerful, right? But behind the scenes, investigators say he was involved in some deeply disturbing and criminal behavior. People have described him like a real-life villain hiding in plain sight, and it gets even darker. Epstein bought a private island in the Caribbean, yes, Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It became known as Epstein Island, and some people even gave it a much more disturbing nickname that's too extreme to repeat here. But think about it. Why does a billionaire need his own private island? That question alone raises eyebrows. And here's where it takes a serious turn. This wasn't just some luxury getaway for wealthy elites to sip drinks and relax. According to court records and sworn testimony, Epstein used that island as part of a criminal operation. It wasn't just rumors. It became a full federal case that exposed a network no one wanted to believe was real, but it doesn't stop there. It actually gets darker. Authorities said he wasn't acting alone. Reports and lawsuits claimed he was connecting powerful people to this operation. We're talking politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Big names were rumored to have visited that island. And here's the part that really raised alarms. Investigators believed Epstein kept records, and there were claims that cameras were placed throughout parts of his properties. The theory? He was collecting leverage. If true, that means he may have had compromising material on some of the most influential people in the world, almost like an insurance policy to protect himself. That detail alone had everyone questioning everything. Now let's talk about how it all unraveled. In 2019, federal agents arrested Jeffrey Epstein in New Jersey after his private jet landed from Paris. The charges were serious.
Billionaire Jeffrey Epstein arrested on new charges.
The whole world locked in on this case. People were waiting to see who else might be exposed and whether powerful figures would finally be named in court. Then came the twist that shocked everyone. On August 10th, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. Officials ruled it a suicide. But the timing? That's what made people raise their eyebrows. He was being held in a federal facility, reportedly under heavy supervision. Cameras, guards, protocols, all of that. And yet, before he could testify or provide more details, he was gone. That's why so many people started asking questions and pushing for answers, because the story felt unfinished and full of gaps. The internet exploded overnight. People were saying there's no way this was just a suicide. They believed someone got to him because he knew way too much. The rumor was he had damaging information on powerful figures, and if he started naming names, it could shake presidents, princes, billionaires, everybody. Then came the details that made it even wilder. Reports said some of the cameras weren't working. Guards allegedly failed to follow protocol. And just like that, Epstein was gone. That's why so many people felt like the story didn't add up. For years after that, the public kept demanding transparency. People wanted to see the Epstein files. Who visited the island? Who appeared on the flight logs? What names were buried in those documents? Officials said certain records had to stay sealed to protect victims, which is important. But online, many weren't satisfied with that explanation. They wanted full disclosure, no redactions, no secrets. Then recently, lawmakers pushed for more transparency regarding the case files. Large batches of documents were released. Court records, investigative notes, and prior tips connected to the case.
Today we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
And once those pages hit the public, online researchers went into overdrive. People started scanning every line, searching for names, connections, patterns, anything that could reveal who had ties to Epstein's circle. And this is where JayZ's name started trending. Social media began circulating claims tied to one particular tip that surfaced in the released material. According to reports, back in 2019, around the time of Epstein's arrest, someone contacted the FBI's National Threat Operations Center claiming to be a victim of Epstein. That mention sparked speculation online, even though the documents themselves require careful context and verification. Still, once that connection started spreading, the headlines and reactions followed fast. Now let me break down what that document claims, because this is where things get intense. According to the release tip, the caller said that back in 1996, after blacking out, they woke up inside what they believed was Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in Florida. That alone is disturbing, but it doesn't stop there. The person claimed that Harvey Weinstein was present and that Sean Carter was there too. For anyone who doesn't know, Sean Carter is JayZ's real name. The document states that while the caller says they were drugged, Harvey Weinstein assaulted them, and JayZ was allegedly in the room. When people read that, reactions were instant. We're talking about one of the most successful rappers ever, a billionaire businessman, married to Beyonce, known worldwide as a cultural icon. Seeing his name in a tip connected to Epstein shocked a lot of people.
The 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are not all videos and images taken by Mr. Epstein or someone around him. They include large quantities of commercial and images that were seized from Epstein's devices, but which he did not take or that someone around him did not take.
But there's more in that same report. The caller claimed they were abducted multiple times over several years, saying they would wake up in luxury homes, disoriented and drugged, surrounded by powerful men. In the tip, they named Harvey Weinstein, JayZ, and other high-profile figures, including financier Leon Black and William Barr, who later served as U.S. Attorney General. Those are serious names, and that's why the internet reacted so strongly. Now, it's important to pause here. This was a tip submitted to the FBI, not a proven court finding. A tip is an allegation, not a conviction. A lot of people immediately ask the same question: where is the evidence? That's a fair question. Allegations alone don't equal proof, and being named in a report does not automatically mean someone committed a crime. What added fuel to online speculation was that some details mentioned in the tip referenced Leon Black's known association with Epstein. Public records have already shown that Black had financial ties to Epstein in the past. There's even documentation of a poem Black wrote for Epstein years ago that people later pointed to as unusual. Once those connections resurfaced, online commentators started tying everything together, whether fairly or not. The document also mentioned another public figure, identified in the tip as someone the caller described as a handler. Again, these are claims made in a report, not confirmed findings. But once names like this appear in federal documents, even as unverified allegations, the internet moves fast. And that's exactly what happened here. The claims spread quickly, sparking headlines, debates, and intense reactions everywhere. The tip described this other figure as someone who would allegedly befriend girls, gain their trust, and then introduce them to these private parties. According to the caller, in 2007, they attended an event where Harvey Weinstein and that same individual were both present, and they say they were drugged again. These are serious accusations, and they remain allegations, not proven facts, but the claims alone stirred major reactions online. Now here's where social media started connecting dots. Both JayZ and that other rapper have openly rapped in the past about hustling and street life in their early years. That kingpin image has been part of hip-hop storytelling for decades. So online commentators began speculating, was any of that lifestyle connected to Epstein's circle? Were they supplying anything? Were they tied into something bigger? These are questions people are throwing around, but right now, there are no confirmed answers. It's mostly speculation running wild across timelines. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get more dramatic, Nicki Minaj stepped into the conversation. And she did not stay quiet. She went on social media posting and reposting content about JayZ, clearly showing she had strong opinions. One post that caught attention was an old photo of JayZ at 27 with Aaliyah, who was 16 at the time.
Ain't no way anything could be going on with JayZ in 1996. Surely not.
Another image that resurfaced showed him at 26 with Foxy Brown, who was reportedly 15 then. Those photos sparked heated debates online. Some people argued the images were being taken out of context, while others said the age differences deserved serious discussion. Social media doesn't wait for full explanations, it reacts fast and loud. Nicki also brought up a man named Rymir Satterthwaite, who has publicly claimed for years that JayZ is his biological father. He has pursued legal action in the past, seeking a paternity test. JayZ has consistently denied the claims through legal channels. The situation has dragged on for over a decade, and every time it resurfaces, people ask the same question. Why not just settle it once and for all? Still, It's a legal matter that hasn't resulted in any court ruling proving paternity.
Really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was under when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older than be doing so much and running.
Now let's talk about the Foxy Brown rumors, because this topic has floated around hip-hop for years. Back in the day, Wendy Williams openly questioned Foxy Brown about her relationship with JayZ during interviews. Foxy would laugh it off or avoid giving a clear answer, which only fueled more speculation. She never confirmed any wrongdoing, but she also didn't fully shut down the gossip, and that kept rumors alive in the culture.
Romantical thing, it's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Even Nas referenced JayZ and Foxy Brown during their famous rap feud. In diss tracks, Nas made suggestive comments implying there was more to their connection than music. But again, rap battles are known for exaggeration and shock value. Lyrics in a diss track aren't evidence. They're lyrical attacks meant to sting. Still, when you combine old rumors, resurfaced photos, rap lyrics, legal disputes, and now these newly released documents, the internet builds its own narrative fast. Whether fair or not, once all these pieces get thrown into the same conversation, people start drawing conclusions, even when the facts aren't fully proven. Even though both JayZ and Foxy Brown publicly denied ever having a romantic relationship, things got messy when Foxy later released a track where she rapped, "On the low, the real dude was JayZ." That line had people talking heavy. Some took it as confirmation. Others said it was just music and wordplay. In hip-hop, lyrics don't always equal real life, but once it's said in a song, fans run with it. Then there's Dame Dash, JayZ's former business partner. During an interview with Nick Cannon, Dame was directly asked how old Foxy Brown was when she got signed. The energy shifted fast. Dame seemed uncomfortable and said he didn't personally sign her, but when pressed, he admitted he believed she was around 16 at the time.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
No. I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you
putting
didn't.
me
I'm
in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
nothing about
boss. I'm just asking a question.
that. I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh, now you ain't in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You was... I'm just saying.
I promise you.
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
Did I sign her? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying
it sounds
is in
like
this
you got
industry,
some-
when we live
it
in these
seems
glass
like you got.
houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. So when you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now?
That clip resurfaced and instantly reignited old debates.
Just curious.
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh, yeah, Jay. But that's the question you were trying to ask me.
Oh, I would say because you was there. I only can ask the people. You my man. We close. You was there. That's all I was asking.
It would be so out of my character to speak on another man's business.
So we not gonna do that because we don't want you to speak out of character.
Dame also spoke about JayZ collaborating with R. Kelly on 2 full albums. This was after public controversy surrounding R. Kelly's past marriage to Aaliyah when she was underage. Dame claimed he questioned JayZ about continuing to work with him. According to Dame, JayZ moved forward with the projects anyway. That decision raised eyebrows for some fans, especially given how sensitive the topic already was. Now, to be clear, working with someone controversial does not automatically mean someone shares their behavior. Business decisions in the music industry can be complicated, but when people look back at timelines and associations, they start forming their own opinions fast. Then there's Beyonce. The public story has always been that JayZ met her when she was 18 and they began dating when she was 19. In interviews, Beyonce shared that they built a friendship first, talking on the phone for over a year before becoming a couple. That's the version they've consistently told. Still, whenever older rumors resurface online, people start analyzing timelines again, even when there's no verified evidence of wrongdoing. And once social media starts digging, every detail gets put under a microscope.
We're friends first for a year and a half before we went on any date, on the phone for a year and a half.
Gene Deal, who used to work as Diddy's bodyguard, has told a very different version of events. In interviews, he claimed that around 1998 or 1999, he saw Beyonce at Club Eugene. According to him, she appeared very young at the time and allegedly wasn't even old enough to be inside the club. He also suggested that JayZ was already involved with her back then. If you go strictly by the publicly listed ages, that would have made JayZ around 30, while Beyonce would have been about 17 or 18. Those claims definitely stirred debate online. Gene also mentioned confusion about Beyonce's age, pointing to comments Gabrielle Union once made about attending school with her. Since Gabrielle Union is publicly listed as several years older than Beyoncé, some people started questioning whether timelines match up. However, there's no verified evidence that Beyoncé's reported age is inaccurate. Still, once conversations like that hit social media, speculation spreads fast. Now here's the part that really gets people talking. JayZ hasn't publicly addressed these specific resurfaced claims. Usually when major accusations trend online, celebrities release statements through lawyers or reps. In this case, there hasn't been a direct response to every rumor circulating. Some interpret that as strategic silence, others say it's smart not to amplify unverified gossip. Silence can mean many things. It doesn't automatically signal guilt. There were also online reports, unconfirmed, that his private jet traveled internationally shortly after the document release. Flight tracking accounts shared screenshots, and suddenly people were saying he left the country. But let's be real, billionaires travel frequently for business and personal reasons. A flight alone doesn't prove anything. Still, when high-profile names, old rumors, and flight logs all collide at the same time, the internet starts building its own storyline fast, and that's exactly what's happening here. We don't know for sure, but the timing has people raising eyebrows. That's a fact. And here's why this conversation feels bigger than just one name. For years, there's been a pattern in the entertainment world where powerful men were accused of exploiting young women and avoiding consequences for a long time. That history makes people extra alert whenever new allegations surface. Look at R. Kelly. Rumors circulated for years before convictions finally happened. Harvey Weinstein operated in Hollywood for decades before facing prison. Diddy is currently dealing with serious federal charges of his own. So now, online voices are asking, could another major figure be next? That question alone is enough to shake the industry. If any of these allegations were ever proven true, it would be one of the biggest scandals in music history. But here's the key point. We have to separate allegations from confirmed facts. The material circulating right now includes unverified FBI tips. A tip is not a charge. JayZ has not been charged with any crime connected to these claims. There has been no public court case tied to this specific allegation. The tip was reportedly submitted in 2019, and there's no public record confirming whether investigators substantiated those claims. That matters. Speculation online can move fast, but legal standards require evidence. Without charges or findings, everything stays in the realm of allegation. What has fueled debate is that some of the names mentioned in the tip, like Leon Black and Harvey Weinstein, were later publicly confirmed to have associations with Epstein. William Barr was also referenced in the timeline as serving as Attorney General. Those factual overlaps made people wonder whether the caller had insider knowledge or was referencing information already circulating. Still, overlap doesn't automatically equal proof. So right now, we're in that tense space between accusation and verification. And until there's concrete evidence, official findings, or legal action, everything remains claims, not confirmed conclusions. So supporters of the tip argue this wasn't just someone making random claims, they believe the caller had specific details. That's why the conversation hasn't died down. And when Nicki Minaj started speaking out publicly, it pushed the drama to another level. She's one of the biggest artists on the planet. So when she posts, millions see it instantly. She's been sharing old photos, resurfacing interviews, and pointing back to moments people forgot about. That kind of spotlight keeps the story trending. In one of her posts, Nicki made extreme claims suggesting that your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate them as a form of blood sacrifice. That statement moves deep into conspiracy territory. There is no verified evidence supporting those accusations. Still, the fact that she said it publicly shows she's not holding back. Whether people agree with her or not, her involvement adds fuel to the online debate. Another thing people noticed is that few major industry figures have rushed to publicly defend JayZ against these specific rumors. In past celebrity scandals, peers often speak up quickly. This time, the response from other artists has been limited. That silence has people speculating, but silence alone doesn't confirm anything. It could mean many things, including not wanting to amplify unverified claims. 50 Cent also chimed in, and anyone who knows him knows he doesn't miss a chance to comment on controversy. He joked online, saying, "Damn, they got your man Jay in the Epstein files. I gotta do a documentary on this." Some took it as trolling, others as serious shade. Either way, his post added even more attention to the situation. So here's where things stand. There are unverified FBI tips that mention JayZ's name. There are resurfaced rumors and old photos being reanalyzed online. There are comments from former associates discussing timelines. There's social media pressure building. And yes, there's JayZ choosing not to publicly respond to every allegation circulating. Now, the big question everyone keeps asking, is he guilty? The honest answer is that there has been no charge, no court finding, and no confirmed evidence tying him to criminal conduct in these specific claims. Allegations are not convictions. At the same time, public figures often face intense scrutiny when their names appear in controversial documents, even if unproven. Some people believe where there's smoke, there must be fire. Others argue that speculation can create smoke all on its own. Until verified evidence or legal action says otherwise, this remains a storm of allegations, reactions, and online theories, not a confirmed verdict. But one thing is clear, the conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. This situation feels bigger than just one celebrity name. At the core, it's about accountability and whether powerful figures truly face the same scrutiny as everyone else. For years, people have believed that billionaires and major stars move differently. Top lawyers, elite connections, crisis teams ready to shut things down fast. That perception alone is why conversations like this hit so hard. Now, with documents circulating online, people are archiving them, reposting them, breaking them down line by line so nothing disappears. Whether you're a JayZ supporter or a critic, you have to admit this story is intense. We're talking about one of the most respected moguls in hip-hop having his name mentioned in connection with one of the most infamous criminal cases in modern history. That's not small talk, that's headline-level serious. At the same time, remember this, allegations are not convictions. No charges have been filed against him in connection to these specific claims. It's important to demand truth while also respecting facts. Accountability matters, but so does evidence. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is all smoke with no fire? Do you believe there's more that hasn't come out yet? Or do you think the internet is running too far with unverified claims? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can stay informed. Hit that notification bell too, because if more details drop, you already know we're covering it. This story isn't over, not even close.